Welcome to the JCPod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, or JC, and hey, we got Game 1 tonight. We got another Game 1 happening this weekend. We got Game 2 Sunday. We got a little bit of finals action happening this weekend. We got Stanley Cup Finals. We got NBA Finals. We got the baseball of the major leagues. Got a lot of sports going on. Without any further ado, I think we're just going to hop right into it, basically. So we're going to go over a little bit of Game 1 tonight for the Heat and Nuggies. Might do something Sunday for Game 2. Not 100% sure. I might save it. Not 100% sure. So just be on the lookout. There might be an episode this Sunday. There might not. If there's not one this Sunday, probably one maybe next Sunday. But I might do one this Sunday, I think. We'll see. I have to double check some stuff, make sure everything lines up. But, without any further ado, you might see me look down a little bit. I'm just going through my sports book. I don't have it pulled up on the other screen today, so yeah, you'll just see me doing a little bit of this, but it's all Gucci. We're just trying to look. As of right now, the NBA. As of right now, the Miami Heat are plus 350 to win the series championship. The Nuggets are minus 460. That's gone up. That was like 290 and 310 at one point, I believe. I'm just like trying to. I just don't know where I want to start. I can best at least with this game. I guess I can start with what I've done. Betting wise, I put 2 units on the Heat money line, 2 units on the Heat spread. The Heat have won every game won so far in the playoffs. If there's any one they're going to lose, it's probably going to be this one, just because they're coming off the just the fact they're coming off the Game 7. Probably should have had extra rest that they don't have now. They could also go the other way and they might be warm. I just don't know, man. This is one of those weird games. Like, I feel like maybe they should take it off just to be safe, but at the same time, I mean, it'd be awesome to steal a game in Denver right away and be up in the series 1-0. So, I mean, especially with Denver hasn't been the best road team this year. Yes, they've been doing decent in the playoffs, but I mean, they've been doing decent this year. Like, don't get me wrong, but like before playoffs, they're like 19 and 22. So it's one of those things where it's like they're decent on the road, but like, ain't the best. So it's one of those things like if Miami Heat can take a game on the road. I mean, to be fair, Miami hasn't been the best home court team either, I guess. So I guess that goes both ways. But regardless, it's one of those things where it's like I'm going to bet on it just because I've been on with the trend every time so far. So I'm with the trend every time. I'm going to keep it up. I've liked the Heat. I'm just going to take them because of the odds, too. The odds also dropped. It was plus 300. I should have taken it at that. I'm kind of mad I didn't now. Because, I mean, I got it at 295. So, I mean, I guess that's begging and choosing. But yeah, over-wise for this game, 219's a lot. I'm probably going to stay away. I just see this being like a 114. At best, it'll probably be like a 1-4. I guess if it's 114, 110, you get your thing. But I don't think it's going to be that. I feel like if anything, it's going to be like 104, 100, 114, 100. I don't think it's going to reach it. I wouldn't be shocked if it did. But 219 just seems like a big number. And the last time it was about close to this range. Game 7. The Celtics scored 74. I know the Nuggets are going to score more, but plus something too. If you don't know me personally, I'm not a big over/unders guy. I don't want to say I hate them, but like I just don't get it. Like I'll take an under and both teams score 40, and then like the other day I took I think the Braves and the Athletics to go over 8. They score. I think literally they scored like 3 runs. If that, and then, for example, so yeah, they scored over 3 runs, and then the very next day, they score double that and get 6. So the over still wouldn't hit, but it's just that type of stuff. It's like I don't mess with overs just because of that. But yeah, basically back to the game though, as I was saying. So yeah, I'm on the Heat money line and the spread for sure. Player points wise, I can just give you some odds. Jimmy's at 27, might take him to score 30, but he's just been off. Caleb Martin to score 15, I can get his over-unders at 15.5. If the odds get anywhere, like if they can get Caleb Martin to drop just a little bit, I'm probably all over him. Michael Porter to score 15 is about minus 152. Gabe Vincent being plus 165, that's not a bad one, I would say. It's one of those things where like Gabe Vincent can't have the games where he does that, but if he's having the games like that, usually it's somebody else that's not. So that's usually what I've noticed about the Heat too. That's why I'd be scared to take their player points a little bit, is that they pass the ball around a decent amount. So sometimes, like for example, Gabe Vincent scored 29 one game, the next game he scores like 12, and Caleb Martin has 15 or 20. Like it's just one of those things. But yeah, basically The last for the Nuggets as well. The last against the Lakers, they scored 132, 108, 119, 113. Suns, it's 125, 118, 129, 121, 90. I mean, that's a lot of high scoring against the Timberwolves. I mean, they basically, other than one game against the Suns, the Nuggets scored 100 in every playoff series. Other than one game against the Suns, they have at least scored 100 every single playoff series. I think the Heat give them the best chance to score under 100, but I just don't. I don't know. The Nuggets just have really, really good ball movement. They have good. That's the way they play. They have really good, like I said, ball movement. They have good back. They have good backdoor cutting. They have good offense. I guess is just the way to put it. They have really good offense. So I would not be shocked if. Just wouldn't be shocked if they do score 100. But I think it's one of the things where the Heat can maybe keep them to like under. The Heat can keep them under 110. That'd be awesome because I'm talking when I'm saying the Nuggets scored over 100. I'm like 113, 119, 108, 132. I think that was in overtime, but still. No, it wasn't actually. Never mind. 132, 125, 118, 129. Like, I don't see the games going like this high scoring. Like, I think they can get up there, but I just don't think they're getting like the 120s, 130s. Like, it's going to be like 100, 110 max. I don't think the Heat are going to give up that many points. Maybe they could if the Nuggets figured out the zone, but I just don't know if the Nuggets are going to be able to score that much. I'm not saying they're going to lose, but I just don't. Scoring-wise, I just don't know if they're going to be able to score that much. But yeah, overall, betting-wise, just looking at the players' threes too. Jimmy'd have 2 threes plus 200. That's kind of tempting just for the odds. They usually never have the people with three-pointers that bad. Strus over 2.5 plus money. Vincent over 2.5 plus money. Martin over 2.5 plus money. KCP over 1.5 is minus 162. KCP for 3 threes. That's probably something it's plus 220. That's probably something I'm gonna hop on. I ate up KCP's threes in the Lakers series, so that's just something I think I'm just gonna do because. Yeah, I just like they just give you low numbers for him too. It's just weird because like Casey, I don't know if the books disrespect him or what, but KCP doesn't do terrible. Like, here, I'm gonna look up his stats for you guys real quick just to let you know because like legit, I made like. I don't want to give numbers, but I made good money on him hitting, like, live betting him to hit threes, him to score 15, like, stuff like that, because, like, for example, so, last game against, these are his last 4 games against LA, 3-pointers, 3 for 7, 4 for 7, 2 for 5, 3 for 8, points, 13, 17, 8, 21. So, like, you can get 15 for the decent odds, which I like, and then, like, the biggest thing is, like I said, the 3-pointers, because he's hitting about 2 to 3 games, so 3 for plus money, I mean, just give me that. Easily give me that. And then if you can get it live at a better number, that'd be even better. That's probably damn near where I'm going to end off for, like, the betting aspect when it comes to this game. Mainly just because I'm going to probably live bet if I do anything. I'm just going to, like, live bet. If I can get somebody to score 15, they're at, like, 7 or 8, and I can get that plus money because the books just don't like it. Like, that's probably something I'm going to do. Overall, I think the Heat can keep it close. I'm going to predict them to win on the money line. I don't know if they will, though. I wouldn't be shocked. I think they should be able to cover, though. I think they should be able to cover. Will they win? That's a little bit more of a tougher chore. I think the rest is going to help out the Nuggets a bit more than the Heat. Obviously, because the Heat didn't get a rest that much. And I think the Heat just... That come down from going to Game 7 to Game 1 of the Finals. Usually, I want to say for most of, if not all teams, it's like a huge, like... This is a whole completely different mindset flip. It's like, oh, we just got done with the Game 7, now the series starts over. But it's the finals, so, I mean, I don't know. This Heat team's just been so weird that, yeah, I could see him losing by 20, or I could see him beating them by, like, 5, beating them by 15. I don't think they'll beat them by 15, honestly, but I can see the Heat winning by, like, 5 or 6, or I can see him losing by 20. It's just, like, just depends how everyone's feeling, how they're doing, how's the health. I think the Heat are relatively healthy. I mean, I know Jimmy's a little banged up with the ankle. Bam has a little shoulder and groin issue he's been dealing with the whole playoffs. Like, little stuff like that. I think overall they're healthy. They're just, like, a little banged up. Tyler Hero should come back Game 3. Still what they said, but we'll see if that actually happens. Something I wanted to say, too. So I have money. Before I move on to the MLB, I'll talk some brief NFL before I go to the MLB. Today's episode probably not going to be the longest. I just don't think it's going to take me that long to go through everything like I think it would. But yeah, overall, I just want to give myself a quick shout out for the basketball. Basketball's been really amazing to me this season. It's definitely, for those of you who don't know who are new, basketball's my second favorite sport. I'm a football guy through and through. for sure love football is for sure my number one passion. I mean, if you could just see the room around me. I mean, we got what, seven basketball jerseys, nine NFL or 10 NFL football jerseys, and I have like 10 or 15 of my own jerseys from football I'm hanging up. So, huge football guy. But I also love basketball too. I just want to give a shout out to the betting gods, the basketball gods, whatever it is. I mean, maybe even to myself, man. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a shout out. Now don't get me wrong. Some of these I did bet like during the run. Like for example, UConn. I took UConn to win the championship at like plus 800 or whatever it was, plus 10, plus 1,000, plus 1,300. Whatever I took it at, I took that around like the Sweet 16 round of 32. So I'll admit I didn't go that far out in advance, but I have had a really, really insane basketball season. I just did the math yesterday. I went back and did some stuff, counting the NCAA men's, NCAA women's, and the NBA now. I've picked 5 of the 6 finalists. That is something that I just didn't... Disbelief. That's the easiest way to put it. And by the finalists, I mean, so the women's, LSU, Iowa's, I had money on either of those teams to win. LSU, I had more money on. They won. That was awesome. UConn versus Florida Atlantic, I think. Oh, San Diego State. I had UConn. Didn't have San Diego State, I'll admit. So that's the only one I missed. And then for the NBA Finals, I had money, as you people saw, I've been seeing the past few weeks, on the Heat and Nuggets. So 5 and 6 is pretty good. I'll give myself some credit. All those odds I made over $100 and at least $120 on for all of those. It's gonna happen again. I got about, I think like 400 to 500 on the Heat futures. I think it's only like 2 or 3 futures for them to win the finals. I can win about 500-ish, and then for the Nuggets, I have that one future I took like. The Nuggets one I'm very proud of. I took this Nuggets future like February, March. Like I took this thing all the way back. And I took the Heat one like right before the playoffs or right as the playoffs was going. So like that one wasn't as soon. I got them with their help. But the Nuggets one I'm very happy about. I got that one very early. I'm going to win about 130-ish on that. So it's not the biggest amount. I mean, I only threw like 10 to 20 on these futures. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, hey, I'm not going to get greedy, especially with futures. Futures are the bets where it's like, hey, these are long odds. I'm just going to try to get anything I can. Like, for example, don't get me wrong. I would definitely, now looking back, it's like, man, why did I not throw 20 on the Nuggets future? Why did I not throw 30 on the Nuggets future? I just don't do with futures like that. For example, like for Arizona State baseball, I was talking with my boy Rowan. He was like, hey, I like the odds for the team. They're doing these. He's giving me the stuff. And then, for example, I only put 10 on that future. They didn't make the College World Series. So I don't even get a chance to see that one play out. So it's like, I'm okay with the lower numbers on the futures. But, man, it's really awesome. Because, yeah, I'm basically like, turning $10 to 130, turning 10 to all this. Like, it's been truly amazing. Another thing, shout out to the Miami Heat. Amazing run they've been giving me betting-wise. So, I don't want to just stroke myself this whole episode, but, I mean, I don't want to stroke myself this whole episode, but I want to give myself a little bit of shout out there. That's pretty awesome that I was able to get 5 of the 6 finalists right, especially for enough odds where I'm getting $100 off 10 to 15. Like, I'm not even putting that much in and getting that. It's truly awesome. Truly awesome. So it's just been really fun. Now I'm excited to see, is my team going to win it? Or, I mean, regardless, I get money with this series, so I'm happy. But, man, if the Miami Heat win, I'm going to be so excited. So, like I said, Game 1's tonight. I'm very juiced for that. We'll go over... Monty Williams also signed with the Pistons, by the way, while we're talking with that. That's going to be a very interesting hire because I think the Pistons are now going to be on the up and coming. So, very interested to see how that goes. We'll go over some quick NFL news. I'm talking five minutes or so, just quick some stuff to touch on. Brock Purdy is there. The 49ers are encouraged by Brock Purdy after his first throwing session, so hopefully that means we'll do better. Another reason I want to, not do better. Hopefully that he does better and he'll be able to go for week 1 because if not, the 49ers QB room is going to be very interesting. They got a lot. It's already an interesting QB room because you don't even know who's going to start at the beginning of the season. So Sam Darnold trade. They got 3 quarterbacks. We don't know who's going to start the season. Patch Slater questions the NFL reasoning for the kickoff rule change. This is something I'm with it too. I think the kickoff rule change is dumb. And Slater's literally the guy that this rule is going to affect like the most. He has been a special teamer for the Patriots for like 10 years basically, and he's one of the best special team players in the game, damn near. Definitely probably one of the most recognizable. But literally the Patriots have him there for doing all the special teams, and it's taken away jobs from people like him. I understand we want to reduce the head injuries and things of that nature, but we don't always act if the player health. His safety is paramount, which is really awesome because I think he brings up a really good point. All of a sudden, they want to change the rules for like the kickoffs, the punts. They're like, oh, player safety, player safety, player safety. Well, the players themselves are asking for grass fields. The NFL won't do it, but the NFL will get rid of their turf to put grass fields on for the soccer players from Europe that are coming over to play 2 games. But they won't get grass for their players. Their players are certain ask for stuff. They're like, why do we do that? The facilities are crap in some NFLs. It's very, very hypocritical. That's this rule when they claim it's on player safety, but then NFL sometimes won't act on it. So it's very interesting. I hope this rule, they do it this year and then it goes away because this kickoff rule is just Bush League, honestly. It's like I said, it's just going to be ugly when some dude fair catches it at the 10 because he just doesn't want to return it. Like, it could be a thing where he mistimed his run a little bit. He's like, he starts running, he mistimed it, so he takes 2 steps back, fair catches real quick and catches it, and then instead of getting punished for messing up his run up and maybe getting tackled at like the 15 or the 18, get the ball to 25. I mean, let's say it's Patrick Mahomes, and that was like Isaiah Pacheco back there catching it, and he fair catches it, and they get it. Boom, boom, 2 first downs, and they're maybe in field goal range. Or the Ravens. Lamar gets 2 big runs. Boom, they're already past 50. Justin Tucker field goal range. It's just very, very, very dumb rule. The Jets are optimistic that Breece Hall will return week 1. That'd be an awesome return. His injury was really, really sad. And he was really, really becoming a really bright player and really awesome. So hopefully he can come back. Winston thinks he's still a starting QB in the league. I just feel so bad for him, man. He kind of keeps getting screwed over. He was supposed to start. They just kind of magically pull him, and now he's not playing, and now Derek Carr's there. I don't understand Jameis Winston's not the best. But, man, it's just sad to see. Tyler Boyd says Bengals would have beaten Chiefs if I played the whole AFC game. Maybe. I just don't know. I mean, it came down to one play, so, maybe, but I just don't know about that. Browns Watson welcomes Hopkins reunion. We'd love to have him. That would be very interesting if DeAndre Hopkins went back to Deshaun Watson. I don't think they will. Deshaun Watson said they've been talking since their Houston days. I'm sure they're pretty close friends since he was his quarterback for a bit. But I just don't think he's going to go to the Browns of all teams. It would be, chemistry-wise, it'd probably be good to have his quarterback back, but I just don't think he's going to do that, especially with what he said he wanted out of a team. And that organization is far from being not dysfunctional. The 49ers, McCaffrey said that running backs are undervalued by the NFL. I've been saying that for weeks now. So I'm glad that an NFL player is coming out saying too, because it's been one of those things that legit. You see the value in the running back market. A guy who did an amazing season last year got paid and rushed for almost 1,000 yards, got paid $2 million. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money, but when you compare the wide receiver that is getting paid $2 million every game just to have 2 catches, the running back market needs to be picked up a little bit. Tyreek Hill praises Tua. Again, he's talking about how accurate it is and all that, which I just hope Tua can stay healthy longer than he did this year. He's learning how to fall and all this, but man, I just don't know. We're going to have to see because, he wasn't able to stay healthy last season. So it's one of those things you got to prove it to me before I say it. But basically to end this show, that's about it for NFL. There's not a lot of news. I talked about a lot of it on Tuesday. I'll go over more of it on next Tuesday as well. I just don't. Yeah, a lot of it, it's kind of like a dead period. It's a lot of OTA talk right now, and I'm not going to talk, let's be honest, I'm not going to talk about OTAs. I get I'm a football channel, but we don't need to talk about OTAs unless it's injuries or big stuff. I don't need to talk about Terry McLaurin likes how Sam Howell's doing in OTAs. It's so early on. I don't need to talk about that. Let's be real. I'll talk about some other sports that are going on, and I'd rather talk about other stuff in the NFL besides, this guy is looking decent at OTAs. Yeah, so we're going to go over the standings for the MLB real quick. Start with the AL East. AL East, we got the Tampa Bay Rays in first place at 40-18. Look at them. Orioles second place, 35-21. Yankees third, 34-24. Blue Jays are fourth at 29-27. And Red Sox, 28-27. The AL East still does not have a team with a negative winning record. The Red Sox are trying to do it, but they're holding on. Then we go to the nasty AL Central. Twins are 29-27. Tigers are 26-28. Guardians are 25-30. White Sox are 23-35. Royals are 17-39. AL West, we got the Rangers at 35-20. Astros at 32-23. Angels at 30-27. Mariners at 29-27. And the worst team in baseball, the Oakland Athletics at 12-46. But they just did get 2 games from the Braves, so that's weird and shocking. Braves finally won a game, but Oakland, I think for the first time all season, has won back-to-back games, and they're 12-46. Win 11 and win 12. So they were 10-46 before they got their first 2-game win streak. Terrible. For the NL East, the Braves are in first, 33-23. Second is the Marlins at 29-27. The Mets are 29-27, coming back to earth a little bit, coming back to life, and not being the worst. Phillies are 25-30, and the Nationals are 24-32. Central, the Brewers are 29-20. Excuse me. Yeah, the Brewers are 29-26. Pirates are 28-27. Reds are 26-29. Cardinals are 25-32, kind of coming back to life. And the Cubbies, 24-31. Finally, for NL West, Dodgers 34-23. Diamondbacks are 33-23. The Giants are 28-28. Padres are 25-30, and the Rockets are 24-33. When it comes to wild card, Orioles have the first wild card spot. Yankees have the second. Astros are third. And then Angels are 3 games back. Mariners 3 games back. And Blue Jays are 3 games back for the American League. National League, Diamondbacks have the first spot. Marlins second spot. Mets third spot. Pirates are half a game back. Giants are 1 game back. And the Reds are 2.5 games back. So as you can see, man, like the MLB is finally, like, the tree's shaking a little bit. Some teams are starting to even out. Some teams are doing a little bit better than others, obviously. But I think it's starting to get a little bit more even. Oh, you're slowly seeing some of the teams are for sure out of it, like the Royals, who are out of it. Athletics are out of it. We're finally into June, so this is where the MLB season, like, you finally see we're going to finally see the split of who's going to be trying this year, who's going to be selling. When it comes to the leaders, Bo Bichette's the batting average leader for the AL with a 329. He's also the leader with hits at 79. He's leading by 12 over second place. Aaron Judge leads with home runs with 18. Adolis Garcia leads with RBIs at 49. But he has Yordan Alvarez and Rafael Devers right behind his heels at 48 and 47. Marcus Semien has 48 runs scored. Adolis Garcia is right behind him with 45. Esteury Ruiz is still the stolen base leader with 28. He leads Franco by 8, so he's going to hold that lead for a minute probably. And then the ERA, Sonny Gray still leading with a 1.9. Shohei has 90 strikeouts with Gossman right behind him with 89. And then Shane McClanahan has 8 wins with Gibson, Eflin, Ryan, and Eovaldi right behind him with 7. When it comes to the batting average, for the NL, Luis Arias is still 381. Not 400 anymore still, it's kind of sad, but he's right there. Freddie Freeman has 79 for hits. He's a hit leader. Alonso has 20 home runs. He's a home run leader. He also is the RBI leader with 46. Freddie Freeman is the run score leader with 49. Acuna is the stolen base leader with 23. Carroll has 16 behind him, so Acuna is going to lead that spot for a while. Bryce Elder has the leading ERA with 1.92. Strider is the leading strikeout with 106. Gallen is the leader with wins, and then saves is... I actually don't know how to say this dude's name. Camilo Duvall is the leader with saves for the NL, and then for the AL, it's Clase still the leader with saves. With, I think, I just saw 17 or something like that. Yeah, that's probably where I'm going to end it for today. I don't know. I think I'll probably do a Sunday episode. I might. I still don't know. I'll text him and see what he said. See what my boy says. It'll probably be. If we do, it's going to be that. I don't know. We'll probably talk about it. If I do have a guest, we'll probably be NBA talk and then the MLB talk to end the episode. But I'm not 100% sure. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, you'll see it. It will go live Sunday if we do. Just be on the lookout potentially. But yeah, I'll probably end it for this week. I'll be here on Captain by Hook with the Redbeard Friday again, per usual. Talk probably about some Heat Nuggets game 1. Also touch on some baseball probably. Probably some other bullshit too. That's usually what it turns into with that show. We just end up going on tangents with something. It's always one thing we always get sidetracked with when it comes to sports, and we just go on that tangent for a little too long. So I'm excited to see what that is tomorrow. And then yeah, Sunday maybe an episode talking about the Heat Nuggets game 1 going into game 2 potentially. Potentially more baseball talk that day as well. We'll just have to see. And then I'll be back Tuesday and Thursday per usual. So thanks everybody again for watching. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I will see everybody either tomorrow, maybe Sunday, or if not, at the latest, I will see everybody next Tuesday.